Hey everyone, this is Josh, also known as VSpot Josh from vspotvapes.com, and today doing an overview, review, and a little bit of a build on the Derringer atomizer. And this is by Praxis Vapors, and this is a really cool new RDA that's out. It's been kind of popular on all the social channels there within the vaping community and YouTube. So we are going to be carrying this, and wanted to do a review for you. So I'll do a little vape. It's awesome. We're going to go ahead and tear this down and take a look at it, get some coils on there, and kind of let you see how I built mine out. And yeah, this is the Derringer by Praxis Vapors. Let's go check it out. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the unboxing here, if you will. The boxing is kind of, the packaging, I should say, is kind of green friendly, earth friendly, as to not, you know, I think they're using recycled cardboard and not using any styrofoam or anything that's not biodegradable. So the packaging is nothing to write home about. It's basically going to come in this brown box. And this is the version 1.2 of the Derringer by Praxis. So as you open it up, you'll get a couple of baggies, which we like to call the dime bag Derringer. I'm totally kidding. So you're going to get the Derringer in the Ziploc, and then you're also going to get another one with some extra hex screws, the grub screws, with your Allen key, which you're going to need to take apart or loosen the RDA screws to get your leads in for when you're putting your coils in there. It does come with an additional O-ring as well. So here is the Derringer straight out of the packaging. Actually, there's two O-rings. I'm sorry. Put that back in the bag. So you get two O-rings to replace the O-rings on this guy. So as you can see, it does have an adjustable 510 connection here. Now on the 1.0s, they were having some issues where when you adjusted it, the center post, the positive post, was turning as well. So they've updated that. So we'll go ahead and take this apart. But here's the top with the deep laser engravings on there. The only thing I've noticed is that the Derringers don't have any serial numbers on the bottom. Oftentimes it'll say number 1335 or whatever. But for whatever reason, that's not the case. They don't number these, but it does say Praxis Vapors with the lightning bolt at the top. If I can actually maybe get that to focus a little bit better. There we go. And then, you know, it has Derringer atomizer. So we'll go ahead and pull that apart. So the top cap comes off. And then you have the center, which is also the airflow adjustment. It has all the different holes milled out around the side. Now this is set up so you can do a single or dual coil and open and close off pretty much as you want, regardless of what type of coil you're running. So we'll take this center piece out, which also is a really cool design, because this also helps and mitigate leaking issues, because there are, as you can see, two of the silicone gaskets here, the rubber seals. One of them is basically creating the friction to hold this center wall piece in here. And then, of course, you have the bottom one, which is going to hold your top cap on as well. And that also makes it nice because it makes it easy to turn and adjust the airflow control. So you can go to 1, 2, 3 holes. You can close them off, and then, of course, you have the other side, which you can match. But depending upon how you have this set up, if you have just a single coil, you can actually turn it so that you actually have this solid piece in the back, which will accommodate for your single coil setups. So the other thing of note is this is a very short overall atomizer. It's tiny. It's 17.5 millimeters in height. Of course, that's without a drip tip. Now this does not come with a drip tip. It does have what's called a drip tip lip. So I guess you could go ahead and use that and just vape right through it. But most people I've seen using the Derringer are using some kind of Delrin drip tip or some a chuff cap. Derringer makes some, like, well, other companies make kind of like these chuff cap style top caps, which actually go over the barrel and then also still accommodate for the airflow control, and then kind of curve up as like one piece and kind of have a chuff cap wide bore style to it. It's a 22 millimeter width, so it's going to fit all your standard 22 millimeter mods and will fit flush on there. So that's pretty cool. And then this being the version 1.2 is the major difference is that the center post is now stainless steel. This is all stainless steel. This is what do they call it? The 303 stainless. So in the first iteration of this RDA, the center post, I believe, was a copper with a gold plating, and it had a circular hole for the screw. And that was the one, I guess, they've been swapping out the positive post because it was having a tendency to turn. So they've released this new version, which now has stainless, the 303 stainless steel, and it has the same slits for the screws, just like the negative posts on the outside. And there are grub screws, so you might want to also use this for temperature control devices. It's a little easier, preferred actually, if you're using nickel wire, to be using these grub screws, which you use an Allen key or Allen screw wrench to screw down from the top. It will just generally make a much better connection for conductivity using these types of screws. So you can also see the juice well. It's pretty decent. Actually, let me get that back in focus. I'm going to try to put this at an angle so you can kind of see the juice well. So hopefully you can get a good profile of that. And it's really machined nice. There's no burrs. It's super smooth inside. Just craftsmanship on this is pretty much top notch. Not pretty much. It is top notch. It is top notch, and everything else too, like the inside of the top cap is polished and just really smooth all the way around. Just looks really, really good. The barrel, which also is the airflow control valve, is just really smooth. The machining is really nice, and it's just a really, really cool little package. I've been really impressed with the overall build quality of this, and it's the whole kind of philosophy behind this type of setup from Praxis Vapors is minimal, like very small, very tight, compact packages. Their mech mods are kind of built the same way. It's kind of the less is more approach, but yet not compromising on vapor production as well as flavor. So now that we got kind of the close-up and the breakdown here of the RDA, what we'll do is a quick build. I'm just going to do a couple of dual coils. I'm going to use some 26 gauge Kanthal. I'm going to do 7 wraps on a 3/32 drill bit. So I'm going to go ahead and build those out. We'll put them in, we'll wick it up, and we'll vape on it some more. Alright, so as you can see, got the build on there as I bump the camera like a professional. I've got 2 coils, dual coils here, not 2 dual coils, just a dual coil setup of 26 gauge Kanthal at 7 wraps at a 3/32, and it is reading out at, you can see here, oh, that's upside down, there we go, 0. Well, and lost focus. Let me get in on that. 0.48. 0.48. So they're glowing pretty well. Let's see if I can get that in frame. There we go. So not the best coils that I've ever built, but pretty darn good. I think they'll do the trick. They're glowing from the center out. And the trick is, when you're building on this, you want to get your coils as close to the outside as possible and as centered as possible. So I could have done a little bit better job, but I think that'll work just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and wick it, and we'll get some juice in there. We'll get the pieces all back together. The barrel here will go on. So when I put this on, I'm going to put it on with the 3 holes on each side facing each coil. So that's pretty much what it will look like. And then we'll put our top cap on with the the airflow valves over those, and I've got a Derringer drip tip that I'm going to go ahead and just slide in there like so. So that'll be the setup. And yeah, so let's go ahead and wick it, and we will get some e-liquid on there and see how she vapes. All right, so we've got it wicked up. Been using the Samurai organic, Japanese organic cotton. Just absolutely swear by this cotton. Just rocks. So I've got it wicked up, and going to go ahead and drip on here. I'm going to use a 70-30 mix, 70 PG. I'm sorry, 70 VG, 30 PG. Of the all-time favorite, Pearberry. By Koval Vapes. I'm just going to let that soak up for just a second. So I mentioned just a second ago that you want to build the coils to the outside edge of the base of the RDA as possible. And the reason for that is so that it reduces the amount of spit back that you get from the juice when you're firing the RDA. So I try to get them out as close to the edge as possible. There's probably some room to move them back a little bit more. I just didn't want to push my luck and have it hit the barrel when I slid it over the top. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. I'm running this at 40 watts, 41.8 to be precise. And oh yeah, she's putting off some pretty good vapor production there. One of the things I like to do is when I first drip on some fresh cotton is I kind of just go ahead and let it vape out for a minute. And what it does is it creates these fibrous kind of pieces off the cotton and gets it nice and fluffy. And I find that it hits like really well. It vapes really well, and it wicks really well if I do that. If I just kind of let it go through and vape out. So I'm gonna let that simmer down for just a moment, and I'm gonna put a little bit more e-liquid on. And then we're gonna go ahead and vape this. I have yet to try Pearberry on here, so I go through this stuff like crazy, but one of the reasons why I like to use it as a test is because I know what it tastes like on lots of different types of RDAs and clearamizers, so I kind of know about how the flavor should be. So I've got the coils, I've got the barrel holes, like I've got the middle hole facing right to the center of the coil, so that's pretty cool. And I'm going to put the top cap on, and I'm going to go ahead and run this wide open, so all three holes are wide open. So let's give it a shot. I just want to take a short vape there. I think I may have to turn this down a little bit. I mean, it might be a little too aggressive. I'm just going to go down to, I'm going to say 38 watts and see how that vapes. Holy cow. That is really good. That is a really good vape right there. So I've got it running at 38 watts, came out to 0.46, so just under a half ohm build, which is kind of what I wanted. I didn't want to go super low on this. I could have by doing an extra 2 wraps on each side, but I kind of wanted to keep the coils fairly small since I have a small area to work with, and I didn't want the coils to be too long, so I just went with the 26 gauge, 7 wraps on both sides. That's an unbelievable vape. This Derringer has definitely far exceeded my expectations. I didn't know how well it would do with the airflow just because of the sheer size, but it has nothing but airflow all day. It's not getting too hot, but it is getting a little warm, but that's to be expected, being it stainless steel. But with the Derringer drip tip, it's pretty much a non-issue. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's really, really impressive. So there you have it, overview and a little bit of build and vape review action of the Derringer by Praxis Vapes. And these are available at vspotvapes.com. You can head on over and pick one up. We also have the hybrid mech mod that Praxis Vapors sells as well. So that if that's something you're interested in, we'll be reviewing that also on the channel. So stick around for that. But yeah, this is definitely something pretty amazing. No real downsides. I mean, you know, I need to vape on it some more, but I mean, overall, compared to all the other RDAs I've used, this is just, I mean, amazing little package. And I have it sitting here on the SX Mini S Class, and it looks really good. It's with its 22 millimeter diameter. It's sitting on this deck really nice. The deck sitting on the deck of the base of the mod, really, really nice and clean. It just looks really sharp. I really, really like this a lot. So I'll probably be using this all week. Yeah, and I just blew that right into the camera. Probably can't really tell the cloud production from that. Incredible. I love it. It's absolutely incredible. It's a fantastic RDA. It's very easy to build on with those grub screws. It's no problems getting your leads in there, tightening them down. Everything is working excellent. What an excellent little RDA. So with that, I'll say thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel, or hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/vspotvapes. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at vspotvapes. And we are always, not always, but we're oftentimes giving away little, juices or mods, and doing little contests and stuff. And we do them on all different social platforms. So that's why we encourage people to follow in those different platforms, so that you can connect with us. We can see what you got. You can share your vape experiences with us, and we can share ours back. So appreciate the follow. Otherwise, until next time, vape on. So delightful. What a pleasurable experience that is.